This is the best day ever!
What did he say?
These taste like the back of an Indian store.
Something racist.
Oh, like I have pictures of your asshole? Send me Bitcoin? We don't do that.
It's usually Red Skull from Captain America.
9-volt battery, when you make contact with your tongue, is gonna show you the secrets of the universe.
Might be a good idea to look into.
My name's Pugsley Pigsbottom.
Now, I can't do that because it says here you're on the do not rent list. I say we change Martin Luther King Day to George Floyd Day.
Bug pilled?
Have you ever met one good Somalian? It actually is not that bad. Natives are actually cool. Nah.
Maybe in by hell standards, maybe.
In the new El Salvador prisons?
You make me want to use condom because I came from Africa? Like trying to guilt women into not using a condom?
Yeah, and I'm sorry.
Well, you should be sorry for the British people because London is destroyed.
Hey Sam, Master Chief and Arthur Morgan spoke to me in a dream.
Let go of resentment. If you resent someone, you're just doing damage to yourself.
Which 3 cities would you choose to nuke, Sam?
Wherever my high school girlfriend lives, I think somewhere in Maine. Lauren. You know who has Crohn's disease all the time? Hot girls.
Oh, that's a mighty tune you have there, lass.
Translation. An ugly wife is a treasure in the home. Take the 6, teach her how to lose weight. Holding women to any kind of standard, forget about it. You think they didn't know what they were talking about 2,000 years ago in China? Listen, I'm horny, you're horny. This girl, I would imagine she stands up and her cheeks are like, look like 2 dicks. I'm gonna tell her that. Oh yeah. Boop. Hello?
Hello, sir. I'm calling from Barclays Bank. You are 23.
Yeah, call me back when you're American. These are good people. Yeah. They work with their hands. They're in there every day, being Armenian. If I don't pay for my Ninja H2, an Armenian man named Dimi, he's gonna go home and he's not gonna be able to afford an L-shaped sectional couch.
Yeah.
Tributing 401k is a really great idea. Get a little bit of money when you're 65! All my debt is delineated in Italian lira.
Get the money when you're 900 years old!
So every day I get less and less debt. There's no shame in neat bucks.
Mommy's gotta go! Mommy has to go!
You should invest in an 802k. Get the money when you're 120. If you're young and you're not even close to house buying time, if a Chinese family's doing it and they're saving money doing it, why don't you can do it? I've suffered twink death at this point. I'm Norwood Reaper 6.
People are getting married around you. Your looks are starting to slip. You don't have that like boyish charm and wonder anymore.
Hi, Daddy.
Hey, baby. I can't go back. I can't reverse.
People start buying nice houses and cars right in front of you, and you get a little anxiety.
There's only 2 types of riders. Those who have been hit and those who haven't been hit yet. I stopped riding after that.
Really?
Yeah.
From me to you, man, 38-year-old guy, I wish I learned patience and temperance a little bit more.
Realize quickly that you have no idea how money works. You're gonna be bled dry by all your friends, family, or anybody that knows that you have this money.
The world will suck every hour of your time up.
It's not the $3 that you spent on the game, man. It's the time that you sunk into it.
Sometimes I feel like I f***ed myself, to be honest with you.
And his girl left him?
Yeah.
Good riddance.
I got dumped today by someone I was starting to love.
If you're worried about loneliness, you got a dozen bigger problems to take care of.
She moving on, cuz. So they smiling, showing all their teeth, cuz.
Why doesn't a girl like me?
You're gonna be needing some of these if you're trying to use the computer to fix your loneliness.
I was wondering if I could have your Discord.
I have a boyfriend.
They always say that.
Outcome independence. Most important thing, any man, autistic or not.
Have you seen the world's smallest cell phone?
I was thinking we could go to the movies and afterwards I'd blow your back out.
But he got a twinkle in his eye. Your self-confidence, invest that in the process. She'll be yours forever and ever. Because you rescued her when she was a 6, and you turned her into a 7. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Dead Things mystery box?
Yeah.
The women from regions of the world like that, they're different because of how many chickens' heads they've seen get cut off. Think twice before you do a joint bank account with her. Unlovable demon.
We got live, love, laugh. We got live, laugh, love. We got live, laugh, love. We go over here. We got live, laugh, love.
A girl who on her own has come to some sort of 1488 conclusion is gonna be a problem. You have to have her when a woman goes, Oh, wow. That means you're about to go for a ride. And she had her own, like, diaper stash. She's the one.
What was the allure?
That it was like a tube. You didn't know? When you go to January 6th and you realize that your friends who stabbed you in the back become federal informants, you need to go harder than before. Oh man. The thing that everybody wants to do, I'm making even more money and my life is even better. The only real security is having people not know you exist. Now I'll stalk him. Now I'm obsessed with him.
I'm getting to that stage where getting like texts from like old friends I had from high school. Kids that I had like beef with in high school.
If you eat gas station food and your friends are all on Discord, why be professional? Just because it'll make your life cleaner. If it doesn't work, leave them.
But I fear I'll have to take a side soon. What do I do?
Loyalty? How about you be loyal to yourself and stop being a waste of life? Now's a good time to find out that you're 1/8 Cherokee Indian. Yeah. Just don't yap. But you can always talk about race.
Am I a socialist or leftist? This is a Trackmania stream. I'm a racist.
This specifically, even she knows. Like this right here, that's an incredible look. There's so little standing in the way of you and the funny thing that's happening. It was inevitable that people would look at Hollywood films and be like, how can I do this cheaper? Photoshop 4K, 8K animal photography nerd that belongs in the trash. Stuff that goes into it. There's very little actual art. It's impossible. You shouldn't even try. You'll make something that looks like garbage. I don't want to hear people say, I can make something that looks like that. You can't. It would be better to toil and suffer than to be bored. Go experience something.
You come into this world, you get put through the ringer, obviously. There is your real self, your perfect self, unabused in heaven, waiting for you.
I do know that it has to hurt though. If it makes you feel good, it's not virtue, it's virtue signaling.
People die in car accidents. People get fucking rocked.
Just get through it.
I've been in a position in the past to lose faith. It's a dark thing.
Turn and sprint and forget it.
The golden era of your life is like the one that you're in right now. I guarantee it. I guarantee it, you'll make it.
And realizing that there's never any champagne popping moment in most of the things that you do.
That's a big one. There is a certain group of people that wants your genetics to disappear.
The best tricks are the oldest tricks. Who's your oldest buddy?
I think the government made the plague on purpose to get rid of the population growth.
Water droplets in my truck had bubbles in them, and they left like a residue. Oh boy. Here's the future brain surgeons and rocket scientists of America making me late to work. The worst thing you could do is go live in the woods. And I would wake up every morning and look out on the field with the morning dew. White people have a learning disability. You're like this cartoon.
In 1900, 90% of Americans were self-employed. Now it's about 2%.
I'm thinking it's time we gotta take the cities back.
You're not allowed to crap on the sidewalk. Pull up your pants and get the hell out of here.
Most people should not exist. You would not have seen that 15 years ago.
Hey yo, Taliban K, 14 standing state. I stop you.
Really anything external, at some point it's gonna be violated. It's intentional to lower the quality of life.
It's called consolidation. Strengthen governments and corporations, weaken individuals.
Like, yeah, you have to be armored up. World control agenda is pretty open. End state of Brazilian favelas will be here 20 years sooner. So what are people gonna do about it?
With taxes, this can be done imperceptibly over time.
UBI is here, we got it. Congratulations.
If I can only use the right amount of logic, my argument will be airtight.
My brain is so big, I have so much Reddit gold that I'll never need to lift a finger in the gym.
Bending logic.
I need booze to feel good about myself.
At some point, you actually have to do something and stop talking about it.
Most people when they're 25 have a toilet paper degree and a mountain of college debt. There's stuff you can control, there's stuff you can't control. My dad didn't love me. The entirety of society is like set up to like punish people like that. People really want to believe that they're the exception and not the rule. The problem is most people have that revelation when they're like 36. Socializing online. Oh my God. I understand how lonely it can be. Ice cold. It is a bleak nuclear winter. I get that. If you get derailed, that's almost a guarantee that you're gonna get ruined. It's written in the prophecy, my friend. You're entering into a phase now where your happiness should be tied more to your goal completion and less to your immediate surroundings.
The good thing about the American dream is that you can just go to sleep and try it all again the next night.
Guess what? That's what's gonna happen. He's not gonna let me be your friend. And you're gonna have to come to a point where you're gonna choose him or me, and you're gonna choose him. Because that's what everyone does.
Sensitive men are dangerous. Pestering, guilt, like texting 1,000 times. They like basically guilt women into sex. Their whole mating strategy is to come off as unthreatening. Person that's of a man's age but is mentally a child. It's up that he has a tattoo that says prisoner of love. If this is you, I'm kitty cat man. What these guys are capable of, unbelievable.
She decided to kill her 3-year-old child.
They'll fold on you, they'll gossip, and the way that they maneuver through life are dark, and they have dark souls. Can you imagine writing something like that to your child?
No, never.
Oh, I think I'm in love with you. I'm a Zoomer, and I'm looking for the perfect girlfriend who thinks the exact same thing that I think and likes skibidi toilet. If you're not going out there and getting what's yours, when that's accomplished, you will have swag and status, and you cannot rehearse it. If you rehearse it, you're dead.
You have any experience with black women? I heard they're a few degrees warmer inside.
Just get a picture taken with the black people that like you. Impact font says my friends. You'll probably get laid that night.
I want to ask out a cute, artsy, light-skinned Latina working at the local Home Depot. It's been 3 years.
If you're playful and actually laughing, you can't lose.
What do I do, Sam?
Never talk to her again. Most relationships have some fatal flaw like that, and it's usually because the girl's trash. Ew. Oh, they got so pissed off about that. Having a kid is $30,000 minimum. Work your way up from there. They unwittingly wrote an allegory for Satanism. So atheism is real. I can show you the series of logical deductions how evolution theoretically works. And it was just a big oopsie. Like, I remember when humanity was in its dark age, but then we believed in science. This guy's gay, by the way.
How does he make his child based in red pill?
Just give him all the love and warmth and affection in the world. It's just boneheaded. I can understand the nature of all reality. It's like, you have to really do drugs to understand it, man.
Who's your favorite philosopher?
Hitler!
This is Alexa. What is the purpose of the visit?
Jesus Christ.
I can inform the resident. What is your name?
Oh, nah.
You need to be safe.
It's not your job to save him. It's not your job to fix the world. It's your job to protect yourself.
God, you know how many disfigured, abusive Puerto Rican girls I had to kiss before I met my sweet biker wife?
Like, we like a nasty like, straight up someone who is so visibly violent. They're gonna kill your dog.
It's not your job to save people that are unsavable, though. Because they will give you the evil eye. When you want to get rid of a girl, the feminine instinct is to say, I'm dating this new girl who's like, really hot. Can't I just lease the BMW? I think it's over between us. You're gonna need to move, change your name, take out a restraining order. Once you have a person has a gremlin in their mind like that, it's not gonna stop. First step to avoiding those false R allegations, you gotta form an LLC. Illustrators, Amazon warehouse, raver girls, Chipotle, make me a bowl.
If I happen to see like my wife was texting,
oh god, that would crush me.
A high school boyfriend.
At least it's over, you know. Everybody's been there. Okay, if you have over an IQ of 100 at some point in your life, you've played a miniature violin for yourself. You can't will yourself out of a depression or think your way out of it.
Relax. You'll be fine.
You're not ready for a serious girl until you're like 30 anyway.
I mean, there's more women on this planet than there are men. It's just a simple fact.
My god, everyone is aligned against me. Now pick yourself up. If somebody ugly tells you some toss it out. This is what a Redditor leftist person does. They pick something super esoteric, like city planning. He researches the most obscure facts, like the yield of fertilizer in this factoid. That's the meta for political people, is the more like esoteric and weird the issue is. Traffic lights repress the rights of Native Americans because in a Native American culture, red actually means go. This is what the Get Things Done guy is saying after his ayahuasca trip. The most damaging thing you can do, have a polyamorous relationship. He's promoting it.
Everything before COVID for me is a little hazy.
Okay, great class. Well, guess what's gonna happen when Trump gets into power?
His routine is like cheerful school teacher, so that when he hits the doom lines, they hit extra hard. But if you're doing something that requires you to be videotaping it for your safety, just stop. Get off the damn bicycle.
Guess who actually lives on stolen land? You do. Me, Jew, you do.
That's heavy right there.
Yeah.
You peel the lid back, you kind of see all this stuff, huh? I'm surprised there's not more events. It's a white person problem. I don't resent enemies for being enemies. Race by 4chan Poll University Press. How did Jews become white folks? It's the school and the church that were targets. It wasn't people, it was the buildings. Israeli aid? No. Sam Hyde aid. When is Wikipedia gonna start doing away with this? I think they should be careful. It's crazy that these people are able to make a living. Now, am I gonna get in trouble for what I said there?
No. Because God's on our side.
I agree. You know what sucks? Not having game. This place is pretty crazy, man. You're hot. Inundate them with messages. A big wall of text.
Sometimes you gotta give them enough prompts to pick the prompt they want.
That's so clever. Oh, I get it. Guys, I got guilted, guys. Oh, Wampy gone? Good-looking loser.
Oh, yeah.
Ever hear about that?
Yep.
There's no text game. You don't write more than 2 words at a time. As if she'd even notice. Don't be schooling your woman on...
Did you even know the dream sucks?
If your spine is at risk, stop buying disposable vapes. Save $300. Oh my God, that's so much money!
You want the home gym.
It says here on Reddit I could do it myself and save myself $1.
Do not squat and deadlift.
You're doing it with the wrong form. You gotta get your deadlift up, you gotta get your squat up 5 days a week. Back straight as an arrow.
Shut up. They destroy their knees by like age 33. You're getting lower back pain when benching. You cannot tolerate that and keep working like that.
I need a quick 400 from a gas station food and vapes. I can't afford a coach.
If the guy's been training for a century and his neck looks like he could be like that and kill him, he's not to be listened to.
This guy's my coach right here. This guy.
Okay? Daughter started on meds for ADHD, said to me, it's so quiet in my head now. Holy
Who's your oldest buddy? It's that little voice that started talking the first time you got traumatized.
They'll try to put thoughts in your head, weird thoughts, nasty thoughts.
And it's the oldest trick because it's such a familiar voice.
Been much happier by controlling my thoughts. It's the only power you have.
The key is just acknowledging it. You don't have to kill it because you can't kill it.
Social anxiety, fight or flight, I think that is pretty inescapable. Or is it?
It's very painful to compare ourselves to functional people and realize the horrifying deficiencies that we've been left with.
The reason you watch a mentally ill, damaged person going down is because you yourself feel very low vibrational state. A rare mood disorder. People who go in depth and like go to therapy and stuff, this is kind of nuts, man.
Should I ditch my friends who only play League and drink?
These people are broken, man. Try not to use Discord, man. It's so unhealthy. It's not good for you. Stop doing that, okay? People are broken. Like you can't be alone with yourself for 5 seconds. You have to have your like objects talking to you. I love when people are like, I'm working on my mental health.
Holly has mild neurodivergence. It means she tells branching stories.
It's called being a woman. Have you ever had that where somebody's like, hey, we have to have a talk?
Yeah.
You know when people do that?
You're trying to ruin my stream. Why would you do that?
I should gain 100 pounds. I just want some time to talk about my day too, but I don't want her to feel bad. It must be important that you want me to be thinking about it all day. Ah! Can you imagine what would happen in this country if the second robot steps on a black kid's clean white Air Jordans?
I ain't doing that! We ain't going with that!
Those people are gonna die. The bragging point was that they didn't have a crew full of 50-year-old white men. This is the problem. The machine that is infinitely better at chess than this kid breaks his finger.
Well, geez, if I could only change the specification by 2.7 micronanometers.
Genius people think reality's gonna be versus what reality actually is. You think that artificial intelligence is gonna do anything meaningful in the next 10 years? You are an idiot. This idea that robots are gonna be used in law enforcement, yeah, right. If you're a Mexican donkey seller, that's who might need to be worried about this thing. It's a Republican's dream to have a based black guy. You know what I noticed a lot of recently? Indian stand-up comedians have started in with the anti-white stuff. They see the Sam Hyde memes. He's the shooter of Kiev. I'll have to impress him. I'll tell him I'm a hacker for the NSA. I swear, man, it's like we're on the wrong timeline. Fix
Conspiracy media stuff just puts you in like month-long states of fight or flight.
It activates the same part of your brain that torture activates. There's nothing you can do about a lot of stuff. You're gonna need to live with cognitive dissonance. White culture is a civilization of shame.
That's how females enforce it.
And you're gonna need to not be true to yourself. He gets hit with race statistics one time. I've got some crazy information about the Jews and red pilling, but you have to get download Telegram. People who want to be actors are scum. Zip, zip, doodah! I'm overacting and I have a speech impediment. People that aspired to act in commercials. Harrison Ford's this guy that goes around on airplanes cheating on his wife, wearing an earring, and his name is Dutch. Lowest life form. We caught him at a restaurant and he had a handler with him. Shia, you can't give this man your number. You have to get away from him. This guy. Oh, guys, we're going to make fun of white people today.
Illegals in my yard.
People accuse me all the time of being anti-Semitic, but his birth name is Jew with no last name. It's NFTs for adults.
This would be so freaking awesome if computers could fix it. Then we wouldn't have to deal with Donald Trump.
Who are these Eastern European scammers, man? It's spiritually the same thing as Envato elements. If you have a jacket like that, you don't stop there. There's 10 other things that are not shown to the public. This belongs in a Malaysian landfill. Hot off the presses. It belongs in a dumpster.
It's clear the NWO just wants my retina.
WorldCoin was the one where they were going to have an optical eyeball scanner. This turbo Reddit nerd. That's all it is. Famous scammers named Sam. I'm gonna make the biggest film that the world's ever seen. Family, Nazis. Family, Nazi. You want a family? Nazi. Here we go again, another A24 film. And it's gonna be an illuminating and shocking piece. White people are evil. That really opens some eyes. He's done something really clever here by having Christian participate in a sex ritual. And you'll know you saw your good Weinstein movie. I was forgetting how bad the Holocaust was. But thank God, now there's an A24 film that lets me know what side to pick in the coming World War III war. The son of a poet mother and musician father. Right there. Is that what it is? Is that what that is? In the future, when they have AI movie scripts, the material that they're gonna use, that they're gonna synthesize from is Avengers. And his name is Jack Reacher. Writers in Hollywood? You mean AI prompters? When you watch gross people unravel, and you wanna see somebody else suffering, it makes me wonder if white people should even exist. These A24 films, they're Kino.
Yeah. Wake me up.
Happiness is a state for women and children. Anytime I've heard, I'm not happy, it's been a guy who has like nothing going on. I think the same thing can be applied to like life energy. If you do something impressive, your confidence will just be there.
I hate the thought of people being humiliated while they're trying to get clean. People struggle with sobriety.
20 push-ups, 20 jumping jacks, get to bed on time.
Maybe you'll only smoke crack twice a week.
And no Fortnite. Am I about to ruin everything with one text message? I blew it pretty hard. Looking for ways to be smart. Maybe you shouldn't be socializing so much. There's the mode of making money, and there's the mode of keeping money.
You realize you're a late bloomer when you're like 23 or something.
No, that's so early.
Really?
Yeah, are you kidding me? Double down, work as hard as you possibly can, because for most of your life, you're gonna be unhappy. A woman's love is love of the devil, because a woman's God is the God of the moon, is the devil.
She's keeping me here. I am trying to leave.
You're not leaving right now.
I'm leaving.
A woman's love is evil.
I hope that you choke on a piece of concrete and literally go to hell.
Let's unbuck.
Everybody's gonna go, oh my gosh, she's Orthodox. That's the whole that's the best thing ever.
How did you get that awesome job?
Well, I became a better human being.
If she's Orthodox, does that mean that was her family Orthodox or was her last boyfriend Orthodox? I think you're a unique person and you probably got into it on your own, right? Was it a guy?
Yeah.
Okay, so see, that's what I'm... See?
Yeah.
The trad thing, like wearing a sundress and being racist. Are you Orthodox? Most of the time, that's just there to lure a man. She's probably a succubus that's like sucking the life out of him?
Yeah.
You see this right here? You know you're about to start shopping some photos. I know what I'm getting into. This is Photoshop 3.0. Oh, gay black marriage. Oh, she's albino.
Who am I really?
Look at the savior of car design. Sports cars are typically phallic like a penis. I'm gonna make a V for vagina. This is also a reason why Premiere is so good, is because the software is so complicated. They are not skilled enough or intelligent enough to figure out how the core program works. Humans of flat design, this stuff. Oh man. Sweetie, you're so hot, you could design me 10 cars. I wish her and Jay Leno would work on an old steam car together. If the inside of your $200,000 car feels like Poland Spring bottle, something's wrong.
An idiot admires complexity. A genius admires simplicity. An idiot, anything the more complicated it is, the more he will admire it.
There's so many different possible sources for back pain.
Now that's a quality man.
That if you look up online how to fix it, you're not gonna get a straight answer. Your body is Ben Shapiroing you. My biggest one for years was I had a girlfriend who made me have back pain just from talking to her. Suffering in so many ways that you don't understand. Playing a stick of truth. Look, I actually had a protuberance. A gamer chair's a death sentence. You need a good bed.
These are heirloom beds. These are the beds my grandmother slept on.
Really?
Yeah.
But the root of the problem, you're not gonna know what it is. Do not sit down all day. There's no way around it. And anything's better than the organized mafia quackery that you get going to a quote-unquote doctor. You have to move because your back does not have a circulatory system in the same way that the rest of your body does. Action of walking, the hips going back and forth.
Do either of you have any experience with grounding mats?
Stop grounding processed foods into your gut. Probably that type of grounding will work for you. Engage with your audience. Are you Jewish?
No.
You're like a Pennsylvania.
No, I've never been to
Where's your family from?
Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Are you asking like heritage or what's the word for it?
Ethnicity?
I'm like Irish, Italian,
Yeah.
Polish.
No, this is not.
But if it makes you feel any better, I'm not religious. I'm agnostic, so I think something's
Well,
out there.
Jews.
about-
That's not a religious thing, but you're not. I don't think you're Jewish.
I'm
are
not
you?
Jewish, no.
That's not. These guys.
Why are you asking if I'm Jewish?
Because they're asking if you're Jewish, and they're like, Jew radar is way off. Like, obviously, it doesn't.
Usually
whatever.
people ask me if I'm Spanish or like Mexican.
No. How are you gonna get out of this one?
Men peak at 35.
Who says that? What, gay New York Times reporter?
I want money! American money!
You don't need friends at work. You're talking too much to people.
It's almost impossible not to be a loser if you're surrounded by losers. Hey, son, I'll be proud of you no matter what. Just remember, follow your dreams. He's telling you you're gonna be broke.
Yeah.
Working at a GameStop. You can't drink, brother. You're trying to think yourself out of a hole. It's not happening. You're in the grips of the devil. Circle the 5 most important things. I want to build a race car. I want to sue a woman.
Hey, where's that GameStop no good? Show me now how to make money!
Playing around like you have infinite time.
That's silly.
Silly Billy. Time waster shit. Low test will ruin your life. Getting a lot of trouble telling somebody to do that.
Do what?
Nothing. Let me guess, you're just like me. These trash ghetto people out here, they rely on me, they need me. The thoughts you're having and the way that you feel is not normal. Because when people get high test and high estrogen, that's when they get really nuts. Oh! It's such a huge deal, man. To fight against, environmental demasculinization.
I watch Force, and I have no friends. I'm an alcoholic. Like somewhere down the spiral, I was gonna start wearing dresses. And I'm in computer science.
What? Growth hormones are super effective and makes you taller? I feel like I must be sniffing this paint pen.
Yeah, I guess they boost my height a little. Whatever.
I would never recommend that to somebody. Be ready to lose some hair, be ready to gain some extra weight. Every moment that you spend exercising, if you're looking for females, is gonna be a waste of time.
But I love you and I'm obsessed with you.
Oatmeal, olive oil, peanut butter, whole milk.
Human weapon!
Be a symbol of hope for your local community.
You could do a soy cycle.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's what I was thinking. Definitely do a soy cycle. It's the only thing I've ever learned has been from a YouTube video. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I worked on Dolce & Gabbana campaign. What did you do, get everyone coffee?
If they have a DeviantArt profile, execute them. How do you break into this if you don't know anybody?
The big sell isn't working for Nike or Reebok. It's actually like, how creative are you?
Tim Heidecker was like obsessed with Dave Foss for years. They totally ripped that whole aesthetic. They ripped it off that guy.
Make your own brand. Be hot on Instagram. Get hot on Instagram. Let opportunities come to you.
If I'm about to die, there's 5 things I don't want to hear while I'm dying. Number 1 is a female cop. That's real?
That's real, yeah.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. I thought it was my taser. We're under attack right now, and none of these guys would ever do anything. That's why he's famous, because he wrote a book how he's responsible for accidental friendly fire death of a local police.
It's the Navy for you.
Stay the hell off of them boats, because they just tear through people.
All the best times were crunch.
Yeah. I don't want to work today. I only want to work when I feel like working. Oh, I'm struck by inspiration at 3 a.m. If you're having thoughts like that and you're like 28, then it's over. Like this guy's doing the thumbnail game. He's going hardcore. He's getting 12 views 7 months ago. It's not difficult to work hard consistently if you have something that you desire. Forget about drugs and alcohol. If you set an alarm for them to interrupt the middle of your REM sleep, it will solve your creative block. I guarantee it. You can't work for 17 hours in a day. You're not going to grow Chinese DNA, are you?
I'm 32. Too late to switch career paths?
Yup. Nothing I tried for the past 12 years worked out, but maybe this one. You're done. You got a problem with a bitch that's ruining your life for 3 years?
Stay the f away from her. Dude, I got some whole girl with you. Exactly, so what the fuck you talking to her for?
Listen, you have to be better. All of civilization suffers if you don't. You have to be creating while you're suffering. Go volunteer for charity or something. That's the ceiling for you.
Tie your money to your ability to make small talk, and then you'll have to learn to do it or you'll die.
Eventually, you'll be hit with something that makes you mentally weak, even if you're like a normal guy.
Give me my fucking things! Give me my fucking things!
Jordy?
You seem like you got some distress and we want to help you.
Hey, Jordy, what do you collect? Transformers?
Take this shit no more, man.
Okay, Jordy, just wait.
So step 1 would be don't get any more DUIs because you'll go to jail. I don't think setting a benchmark for yourself is helpful. When I'm 33, I need to have 2 children. It's easier to a handful of little skill sets that synergistically benefit one another, make a career out of that. Like you owe everybody else. You have to do that.
On house arrest for my 2nd DUI.
Problem visualization.
Okay.
Imagine my money-related stress as the most disgusting, terrifying creature I can think of. An ugly, greasy little creature with a hooked nose and oily black hair.
Oh, he is scary.
I invented interest rates like the ones on your credit card.
I just want to get rid of him.
That's what the problem is you're being white right now. Sometimes it pays to be Dominican.
I will be getting money from Bank of America.
I've choked down 50,000.
Yes, I'm gonna have introductory offers.
And forget food.
Nice.
Debt is what rich people use to get leverage and to make more money.
The guys that I know that did that never quit doing that.
I'll pay my bills.
Be good, pay those banks, pay them back. They're spending a lot putting together a fraud case against you, as they do often, which is why you read about that in the media a lot.
Maybe.
War never changes.
And the massa of the house gets shot in the head. There's something very frightening about that, because what comes next?
For these resources, China would invade Alaska.
Forcing a U.S. Marine to move. That doesn't happen accidentally. That is the Chinese sense of humor. That's their MO. That's how they operate.
Only this time, the spoils of war were also its weapons.
There was a billboard that said, Hamas is your problem too. It's not. Jordan Peterson, you should cut him some slack because he's a boomer. But the counter argument to that is that he's a Zionist pressure release valve.
Life in the vault is about to change.
And a little bit of chicken fried. Cold beer on a Friday night. A pair of jeans that fit just right.
The world's so huge, and so much of it you can just put in a toilet.
Pueblo de los Estados Unidos, les habla la pequeña Hillary Clinton. Estoy muy decepcionada de los Estados Unidos.
If you pick 3 random people from all over the world, you probably have guys that will like torture you in a basement. The stuff on other people's screens was like, I will not commit this offense again. Like it was just dogs like barking and the guy's like, don't worry, he's friendly. I'm not. I'll snap that thing's neck. Goodbye, sir. Go back to the homeless shelter. And you hear the beeping of low battery smoke alarms. Rhode Island has one great culinary invention, and it's coffee milk. Beep, 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 beep. Hey, if your picture comes up when I Google screwdriver attack, I'm thinking I don't want to hire you.
Yeah, well, Europa's falling. I don't know if you know that.
You have no power to affect any of what's going on.
Are you free speech absolutists?
Take the gun pill. They don't understand the world is you.
The point is to keep living. What else are you gonna do? die. I need to get land, man. This is so cool.
He built this house too.
I built a castle in Minecraft once.
Yeah.
There we go.
Where's your gun? What could that possibly be for? It's because you have a small dick?
If you're worried his gang's gonna prey on you, it's because his gang's gonna prey on you. That's like your mammal brain.
The very worst thing you can do is have a digital record of Pepe the Frog gun memes. You're hurting yourself. They can smell the depression and the fear and the frustration, and it doesn't smell good.
You think I'm cute?
It's over for you. If you go further down that road, it's only pain for you. When you have a mission, you'll be immune to depression. If a female was giving me attention right now, I'd be like, what am I doing wrong? If she's 23 and she's a teacher and she's nagging you about money, I don't know if you're gonna be returning to Evropa with her. If you think the problem is them, the problem's you. Bye-bye. Should I just go out and bang a bunch of women to get it out of my system? What a rush, bro. What happens is you get it in your system. Yeah. You are creating like a psychic bond with that person. There's no such thing as like consequence-free, empty sex. If you were in love with her, you wouldn't be sending $40 to ask me what to do about it. Get rid of the apps. You're surrounded by low expectations and like safety. How do you even meet a girl if you don't have apps though?
Alcohol is cool, but have you ever had someone care about you? Me neither.
Gosh. Anything that looks like this, close it immediately, throw it away, get your money back. No! Oh my God, it's not the car, it's the picture. They don't even take pictures like this anymore. This is better than a college education in design. Oh, I inverted it, I made it different. Oh. It's unreadable. What would 50s guy with a pipe say who lives in a castle? Any After Effects tutorial, they're gonna be all geared towards making that junk. People skip over that and they just start trying to make it look cool. What if I slant the text? What if I make the picture like this? It's more than just the guy. The general aesthetic vibes, they just don't exist anymore. Reaching towards God. Burn your life to the ground trying to make it happen. All this stuff is made by men.
EA can drop 11 games right after you do, bump you off of new and trending despite the good reviews. Happy International Women's Day. Thanks.
The fact is that most game designers definitely are not a good writer, musician, or visual artist. That's a recipe to creating disposable crap. He said that video games are the highest form of art because they combine all other forms of art. They might as well be flash games. They might as well be browser games. This is the best house because it has an indoor pool. Indie game dev using tools made by other people with a single inventive play mechanic worth $4.99 and 20 minutes of your time. The one art form that is the most difficult, transcendental, where that has the highest capacity for beauty. There's no game that does that. It's funny how a person who should be a symbol for white people somehow has all sorts of sexual like Leonardo da Vinci was into scat.
Just another scheme.
I am now the alpha, and the alpha doesn't have the mission.
The one place where like a loser white man on his way out can find salvation, and like this seeping into makes me hate. Shh.
We shall take away your rails, he said, and built a wall in front of him so that Henry couldn't get out of the tunnel anymore.
Communism is not the answer. If you have nothing to offer, the first thing you're going to want to do is destroy the system that puts a numerical valuation on people based on their usefulness. When the narrative started to unravel, Stephen Colbert came out with this, in this country, we all drank the poison, and it felt good. These people that want to feel like they know everything, the vengeful thoughts that people have. I would never put kids on film like that.
I noticed you have this obsession on Instagram with lost gloves.
Well, it's lost objects, but it started with lost gloves.
You're saying there's a little bit of a hint of sadness to these, it's like it's telling you a tale, but you don't know what the tale is.
They're all bittersweet city adventures.
You don't want your DNA on those.
Well, you know, it could be a crime scene. Let's not give the cops a break.
I wish these were the worst days. It's only just begun.
Implanting a child in a woman and then taking it away from her.
People will be swearing to God that children and babies can consent.
I wonder where this will go.
Just wait for those days. You think these days are bad?
If these computers are doing anything like pattern recognition, it's gonna get real based real quick.
Big personalities that rail against age gaps and things like that, why don't you check their hard drives out and see what's on it? Check the age gap out on that.
This will ruin your life.
You're not going to the drag strip with this.
No, I'm going to a coffin in this thing. Well, the problem with this is people know you're into scat. You're not gonna care because how much horsepower you have, buddy. Oh, baby, is this a $250,000 car that you inherited? Cars will not help you. Cars will torture you. When you have all your life savings tied up, in a 63 Corvette. Good job inheriting that. Get that thing on the auction block ASAP. These curtains in the background, like think about a public access TV show and some like black lady's about to come out and talk about how you can heal your whole body with a watermelon. Welcome to Holistic Healing. You know there's a special type of person that works at a store? There's this one kid, his fantasy world is so deep. He'll send Harley a picture straight up of like a puss. What's up, dude? Just ate this. When there's like a moderator that's like, I've got access to the channel. I've got Sam Hyde's ear. There were hundreds of people wearing pajama bottoms, like Marvel t-shirts.
People will be influenced to gamble. If they see you win, they're gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna go try it out.
And poor people like love RC cars for some reason.
When people get server access, it doesn't come with like a Discord kitten.
What's that? Is that some type of slut thing that you have on there? Regular people, like the uncooked chicken nugget, pink goo people, half of them are gay. Oh yeah, and women are not allowed to join.
Yeah, dude.
The drips there, this is because he was dying of AIDS. Now using AI, we can complete what he couldn't finish. Heart. People are motherfucking deranged and helpless.
I let he come.
Humans don't determine what happens with nuclear weapons. As soon as that technology is unleashed, it's like filling cracks with water. Like wherever the water could go, it does go. Writers in Hollywood? You mean AI prompters? Yeah, I want to use the same software that 6,000 Brazilians are using. He's literally looking at movie covers. He must have been looking at like School of Rock, something with the word Haven in it.
Yeah.
The real stuff takes so much effort, man. I've spent so much money on Steam, games that looked good, but are just, they didn't put in the effort. What? The Witch of 𝐒𝐿𝐒? She's got fireballs, she's studying. Spreading the concept of death from below. Like, what do these Hebrew letters mean? That's what I'd be thinking if I was wearing that. Do some reading. That phrase, spreading the concept of death. That doesn't mean anything. Yeah, that doesn't mean anything. This isn't a negative and nihilistic thing. It's just a fact, and you would have a very, very hard time coming up with something that is not one of these 36 situations. There's a lot of things that are set up for you to fail. Nothing you do or think is going to be normal. Most people just want to talk about their problems and continue having them. When there's people like that, you gotta get them the hell away from you. That's a setup to have like one of your kids diddled. Don't do Adderall. It's better to blow the deadlines. Don't do Adderall. It's bad for you. It's because life is really hard. It happens because of the type of negligence where you have drug addicts hanging around. If you're in New York City, if you're a down on your luck twink, you're crying every night, doing unspeakable things for rent. 60-year-old art dealers use your body as a petri dish. You need the SX4.
We have the best design, and it's the best. So now all they make is the fucking Corvette!
Some people shouldn't be allowed to hold a pencil. The Japanese, they had a nuclear bomb dropped on them, Jet. They have to make cartoons. Their idea of what you do to like brand a gas station was make it look like a present box. No! Film degree?
31.
Ugh. Editing for Hollywood films. Yeah, I want to get into Olympic diving. We'll hire you to make this film, but first, where's your degree from? My parents supported me till the end of college. I blew it though. Video in a small town, you're not gonna find that, my man. Keep in mind the idea of a local maxima. Like every editor also does like wedding videography. If your job sucks that much that you have to do a side hustle, then better than that is finding a job that doesn't suck. You don't really need to be that special to make a video that's better than other people. Monetizing film, I've spent 10 years trying to do it. You're better off making an Android game. Skip that. You'll be 4 years ahead of me. Just don't do that.
What's up, guys? I'm making the best cheesecake you've ever had. Did you know that there were 2 Rwandan genocides? If you investigate, people will believe there were 2 genocides. Stop the investigation.
Are we in war?
Oh, yes, we are.
I think we're in war.
We are. Head and neck cancer. Dream Station 1 emits formaldehyde.
You can always try to fight it. You can always try to sue, what, the Gates Foundation or something?
I got fired for not getting jabbed.
See if you can sue them.
Probably gonna sue a bank. What are you gonna sue, Switzerland? Like, who are you gonna sue?
It's really reached this kind of like crazy rainbow foaming nonsense layer. Strap some knives to your shoes and just start kicking. Get a gun as well. Fatal windmill kick. One of the disturbing things is when they ship stuff from China, they'll spray pesticide just in the center. But if whatever product you bought is in the center, soaked in pesticide. The real Sam Hyde, huh? I'll immediately never hire you again.
So I'm basically autistic gamer, who asked you about Evangeline.
You're on the show. We got a new contestant, guys. And this is the Andrew Tate core audience. No! And Jocko's like, I'm here with my daughter. She's thanking me because I just smashed her. You're definitely gonna need to become a cartoon if you look like that. Oh, so this guy's actually doing it.
Successful.
I used to have an ex who was into that.
What? Being interrogated for murder and being like, please make this go bye-bye?
Yeah.
Can we make it go bye-bye? Oh my God! When people like crush your hand with a handshake, chest up, shoulders back, show up in a clean suit.
Black, navy, gray, brown, tan.
Sir, I'm really happy to be with this company. I'm not gonna let you down.
You cannot mess up.
People complaining about nepotism, but I guarantee they're ugly. Creator ego, you gotta not have that. You'll be a shark swimming through. You wanna have a small footprint. 48 laws of being the man. 48 laws for kids. You don't want to put people off with your creepy energy. Ugly, unlikable, can't do nothing. Got his eyes wide open. Robert Greene.